downtown. Fantastic play for the first-time All-Star. 0 for 3. Yes!
This guy.
That's a tough shot. And the Heat lead by 5.
Led the league in blocks last year, 4th this year, and there's nobody blocking that.
Rebound, Adebayo, right over Smart, puts it up and in.
Because right now, the Miami Heat are making sure that their presence is felt.
Oh, man. The bro is in the background sticking. So y'all know what time that means. Hey, yo! Welcome to the Clutch Corner, brought to you by the 5 Region Sports Post Game Network, whatever the fuck it is. I'm your host, Roy A. Shepherd. I'm joined by a bunch of motherfuckers on here, so no cute poems. All these introductions going to be quick as shit. We got Adam Barai, my boy Kendall. We got Simba. We got Twan. We got my boy Ariel Atias joining the boys today, and my man Threat down here. We're going to rotate some guys in. Jonathan Ramachan, Gadiel Cartagena going to be joining us for our pre-trade deadline special. Before we get to that, we want to thank somebody who's sponsoring these streams. All of these trade deadline streams are being sponsored by Signs Broward of Fort Lauderdale. So Signs Broward of Fort Lauderdale is a one-stop shop, custom signs and graphics company in Fort Lauderdale. They create high-quality indoor signs and outdoor signs, vehicle graphics, and trade shows displays for effective out-of-home marketing. Visit their website at signsbrowardfortlauderdale.com or give them a call at 954-791-8685. Look at their beautiful website. Wow. Oohs and ahs for everybody. Be gone. All right. So now that we got that out the way, y'all, it's time for us to go to work. Y'all know this is the best time for the Clutch Corner because this is what we actually specialize in talking about, which is transactions. We kind of got away from it because we've had to do a lot of post-game shows. So today we put on our business suit and tie. So let's talk about some of the things that's happened since the last time we were able to just have an episode with us. The Miami Heat are currently the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference with 55 wins, 55 games. Jimmy Butler missed 19. Bam Adebayo missed 25. Kyle missed 13. Markieff Morris has missed 45 games this season, and they're still able to come out number 1. So, really quickly, because we got so many people on the panel, I want to know your thoughts of the roster as a whole up until this point in the season. Like, how has it fit together? Biggest surprises, biggest letdowns, et cetera, et cetera. Simba, we're going to start with you, and then we'll work our way around.
Okay, real quick, my biggest take about all this is I'm surprised we're the number 1 seed with all the injuries we've had. So I think it's a blessing. I don't know what kind of voodoo anybody does or like who we're praying to, but it's working. So keep doing it because the Heat are number 1, and I don't think that we should be, realistically. I'm kind of wanting to see what everybody's going to look like once we finally let Bam, Kyle, and Jimmy play together for more than one game at a time or one every other 3 days or whatever the fuck they're doing right now. So that's what I'm kind of wanting to see. And, go Heat. Fuck it.
For sure. So we want to thank I got Kachi and Chisholm for the 199. Don't know he's up in here. Trade Duncan to the Wong Dong Tigers. How, bitch. So, TJ, give me your thoughts on the season so far.
The season has been fun. Probably some of the most fun I've had watching the Heat in a while. Just with all the ridiculous production we've gotten out of guys that we didn't expect at all. The leap that Gabe has made, Caleb Martin coming out of nowhere, Max Strus being just ridiculous in times, like Yurt 7 doing things. Just all the production we've got out of guys we did not expect. They've answered the questions when it came. The questions we had earlier this year was mainly like, what are we going to get out of the bench? What is this rotation going to look like? Are they deep enough? And they've answered all those questions. So that has been fun. The pieces have meshed together pretty well. Obviously, they still have a little bit of questions, but from everything that we've seen, it's been fun.
I want to thank Alpha City for jumping in here. He's talking about Duncan is here to stay, haters. Fuck you, boy. Threat. What's your thoughts on the season?
Kind of co-signing what my dog Twan just said, man. Basically, at the end of the day, we getting production from guys we didn't expect. Shout out Caleb Martin. Shout out Gabe Vincent. Shout out all these guys. PJ Tucker filling in his role way better than everybody expected. If I had to nitpick and probably be the only guy who's going to probably nitpick, let me just throw some shade out there. I thought Kyle Lowry was going to be a lot better than what he is. I don't care what y'all tell me, 13-8. Y'all not selling me on that shit. I thought Bam was going to be a better scorer than what he is this year. I was really expecting that leap. He's turned it up the last 3 games, but I don't give a fuck about no damn 3 games. And last but not least, I am a little bit nervous about the cohesiveness with the final unit. As far as Bam and Jimmy goes, I don't know what to expect. Maybe we'll get more answers to that once the playoffs start, but I am a little nervous with that final group. But that's just me nitpicking. The rest of the shit, man, it's all fuego, but I just got to keep it real.
No, for sure. Kendall, give me your thoughts on the season so far.
Yeah, a lot of overachieving from our lower tier players, and that's a shout out to Spo being the best coach in the league right now. And I think for us to go through all the things that we've gone through with injury to get to this point and still be, just in the 1 seed, yes, by the standings, is slight. So with it being slight to me, I think it's time to go for it. Like, it ain't time to play pussy now. Like, what I'm saying? Load up the clip, let it rip, go hunting. And so it, like Tone said, TJ said, Threat said, yo, like, we've been getting crazy production, but I just feel like water reaches its level. I need to keep seeing what I'm seeing from Bam. What I'm saying? These 3 games have been good. I want to keep seeing that aggression. But I would love to see another scoring punch added to this group. It'll ease me a little bit if I see another scoring punch added to this group. And I feel like, we really going for it because I think it's there.
We wanted to bring some positivity to the show. So Ariel Latias is going to sit up here and tell all of y'all why y'all are wrong for saying anything negative about this roster. Ariel Latias, please give me your thoughts on the season so far.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell we're doing here with the negativity right now. I mean, truthfully, like Twan and Simba were kind of getting at earlier, for them to be in the 1 seed at the spot that they're at, having played the most road heavy schedule of any team in the NBA to date, with the amount of guys that they've had missing more than, what was it, like a month and a half of Bam Adebayo, missing 20 games or whatever it was from Jimmy Butler, then losing Kyle Lowry for a 3-week period when those guys got back. For them to be one of 2 teams, they're one of 2 teams in the NBA with a top 7 offensive and defensive rating in the league, along with the Phoenix Suns. That shit is borderline impossible. So, I mean, just what they've done is unbelievable. They're finally getting healthy. From everything that we've heard, Victor Oladipo looks fantastic. Behind the scenes, I don't, really factor him into any of my projections for the team because, he's been pretty injury prone over the last couple of years, but that's a potential huge boost that they can have kind of going forward. So, I mean, they've got 19 after the next game tomorrow in New Orleans. They've got 17 of their last 26 games at home. They're 18-6 at home as is. So they have been fantastic at home, and the remaining portion of their schedule is very home heavy. They're in a really good position to finish first in the East. I don't think that's something that any of us predicted coming into the season, right? And then when you factor in the amount of time that their best players have missed, their starting lineup has only played 17 games together. We're 55 games into the season. What they've done is incredible given the circumstances. I think they're going to finish as the 1 seed. And again, once you factor everything in, that's not something that any of us could have predicted.
Yeah. So, I saw somebody say hit the like button, the boy eBay Addicts. Make sure y'all do that for us. Make sure y'all smashing that like button. 320 people in here right now. We should have at least 320 likes. Now, I know you guys are all here for Adam to do something ridiculous, but we're doing something. Let the show develop. Let it breathe, baby. We'll get to what y'all here for. We just got to hear everybody's take on the entire season first before we get to dissecting what we've seen so far in this trade deadline span. So, Adam, tell me what your thoughts are on Miami this season and what you've seen from them so far.
Yeah, I think to echo what all of you guys are saying, it's been a great season so far. Coach Spoelstra is the coach of the year. I don't think there's any question about that. So, as of now, and I think he'll finish as the coach of the year. This whole team has overachieved from beginning to end, and I think that's going to continue. So I agree with Kendall. If they really want to make a run, they should make a major move, and we know that major move includes a Duncan Robinson or one of the younger pieces. And I think if they really want to be serious about winning a championship, this is the time to do it. 1 seed through 6 seed are separated by 1.5 games. And to me, that's not a big enough gap to call yourself the clear-cut favorite for the championship. So if you want to make that move, you do it. In 2019, whatever year it was, the Raptors won, they added Marc Gasol at the deadline, and I think the Heat should make a move that's similar, one that takes them over the top, above the competition. Right now, Brooklyn, Milwaukee, Chicago, and Philly, they all have their problems right now, and the Heat need to take advantage of that.
Yeah, for sure. He's talking about making a grander move. Let's talk about the minor move that Miami did end up making today, and that was shipping Chikezie Okpala over to OKC. Miami traded KZ for a 2026 second-round pick, the lesser of from either OKC, Dallas, or Philly. But that's not the prize that everybody's been talking about. Adam, why are people so excited about this trade?
I think people are excited because it gives them an opportunity to trade more than one first for a player right now. So if you have a Duncan Robinson move on the horizon, you can trade a 2022 or 2023 first right now, and you can trade a future first. I don't know how many years from now, 2027, 2028, whatever it is. So 2 firsts is enough to get you a real impact, high caliber player. And if you couple that with Duncan and a few other salaries, you get a high impact player that could be the difference between the Heat winning a championship and not making a deep playoff run.
Yeah, so for those of you who can't see, I'm putting up a tweet from Brian Goins of Miami Heat Beat. He pretty much laid out all of the trade picks that we now have at our disposal. You got the unprotected from 2022 or 2023 and 2028 or 2029. You have conditional picks on 2027 without eliminating top 14 protections on the 2025 first that is now owed to OKC. So you have those picks that we have at our disposal. Just want to get everybody's quick thoughts on what they liked about that trade. Duncan in 2 first for LeBron. In a minute. So, Kendall, what were your initial thoughts when you heard that Miami was sending KZ over to OKC?
I was like, good riddance. Thanks for your top tier cardio. You know what I'm saying? You made a couple million doing it. So, shout out to you. That's good. Love to see a black man get paid. And now you going to the low down dirty place of America, which is Oklahoma City. Good luck finding people that look like you. Probably won't happen. And also, once the whole pick thing, it got interesting. It's like, okay, how do you move off that? You know what I'm saying? It's like, because obviously I think it's moves that's there to be made and you can go after it, which I believe in and I think you should do because Jimmy ain't getting younger. He's getting older and he's still our best player at this point. So it's like, attack it, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in, waiting and sitting on your hands and getting your ass cheeks warm. So go ahead and attack it. But I also understand, this league is tampering galore. So it's like, who knows what the hell is going on? You know what I'm saying? Behind the scenes, they might have got word from something. So it's like they put themselves in a position for the summer to make a move. But me personally, I wouldn't do that. And yeah, that's where I'm at. It just gave you more flexibility to get right and to just go after it and be aggressive.
Yeah, Ari, I want to ask you this. Why would Miami unlock these picks if they don't plan on trading them right now?
It's kind of what I hinted at on the timeline. It feels very much like, if they're not working on something right now, which I don't know. I don't really know that they are or they aren't, but at the very least, they put themselves in a position to be able to get in the game on something if a star shakes loose or whatever in the offseason. So they can't actually trade. So they were going to already have access to their first-round pick this summer. The difference was that before they deferred the protections 2 years down the line, they couldn't trade that pick until after making it in the draft this summer. What changes now is after you can get to the draft, make that selection if you're making it for another team, for example. And then you can, once the new league year starts on July 1st, you can still trade 2023 in addition to that player plus whatever package you're sending for star X or player X, whatever it is. So they put themselves in a position to, if somebody shakes loose and they feel like it's worth really pushing the chips in, they can get in there. If what you're bringing to the table is, say, Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, 2 first-round picks, as many as 3 first-round picks if you go all the way down to 2029 once the new league year starts. They're at the table now. They've got some draft capital. They've got the young blue chip type prospect that you need in a trade like that. So to me, it signals that I don't know what they know might be coming down the line here. But at the very least, they've given themselves the option that if this playoff run doesn't work out, if they don't win a championship, right? I think anything short of a championship is at this point going to be considered a failure for this squad. They're not built to compete in the future. They're built to compete right now. So they've at the very least put themselves at the table. And if a star says, I want to go to Miami, the Heat have the ammunition to be able to execute a big trade like that if they want to.
No, for sure. So we want to thank David Sasson for the $5 dono. He said, imagine if the roster spot that we cleared with KZ trade is used to sign Chris Silva. Bitch, I would jump off a fucking ledge. But let's talk about that a little bit, Threat. So what Miami did today in trading KZ and not bringing back a player, it opened up an additional roster spot. So the Heat now carry 13 players. But they can only do that for 2 weeks. Yeah, they can only carry a 13 player 2 weeks before league rules state that they have to sign a 14th player. So right now, what's your thinking? Do you think the Heat go after a trade package that brings back more players than they send out, or do you think that they just sign something, relatively cheap to keep life? Because it can only be a minimum deal, I guess, that keeps them under the luxury tax. So what you think they do at that last spot?
I definitely was excited about the move originally, but now that I'm thinking about it, now that I'm dwelling on it, I think it's definitely a move for later. I think we bring in a minimum guy, man. At this point, I almost feel like we just reaching for something just because we want to be in the mix almost. I just feel like we should maybe focus on the summer and fuck it, just put your guns all out and let's ride with what we got, man, at this point. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely think it's a move for later to unlock. We might try to make something shake now, but ultimately I just don't know if we're going to reach, if they're going to try to play us because we want to get to that finish line. I don't know. So it's definitely interesting to see. Honestly, I feel like the biggest loss about this whole KZ situation is for Publix supermarket because the potential that he had as a Publix bag boy was astronomical. It was astronomical, and they definitely took a bigger hit than we did. Hopefully, he can find something to shake in OKC. Maybe there's great supermarkets there, but best of luck to him.
The sub lines are definitely going to slow up. So if you want to get your chicken tender sub when they go on sales, order them online and get them ahead of time, because if you go there with KZ going, that shit is going to take a little bit longer.
Longer that boy Lambs was, he can make 6 sandwiches at one time. So TJ, I'm gonna throw this to you, bro. What was the most interesting part of this trade to you? Was it the picks that we unlocked? Was it the roster spot that we opened up? Was it just getting the hell away from KZ Okpala? Which part of this trade?
I believe it was none of that. We finally got something productive out of KZ Okpala, ladies and gentlemen, and it didn't involve him being on a basketball court, and that sounds like a win to me. Finally, we got something out of those. We trade 3 second-rounders for KZ Okpala. What was it for? This is what it was for, to unlock a pick. Now we got some versatility. Now we can do some things. They up there cooking in the lab, all because KZ had to be sacrificed. So thank you for your services, KZ Okpala. I appreciate you. I appreciate everything you did. It was worth it seeing you just do things on the basketball court, not look like an NBA player. It was all worth it for this day-to-day, because this is what we're celebrating for.
Black History Month, King. Thank you, Adam Foles, which is Adam Baraz Burner, for the $5 dono. He said, do you see the Heat making a big move involving Duncan for Jeremy Grant or Harrison Barnes? Somebody, I'll let you take this one because it's now possible that they have actual trade assets. Would you do either of those moves? Do you think Miami's going to do either of them? What's your thoughts on that process?
I kind of like the Jeremy Grant one, but I don't feel like the Heat are going to do anything right now. I kind of feel anything we kind of do might be reaching a little bit. So that's how I feel about it. And then I was just looking at Publix.com. I don't think there's a Publix in OKC. So that's sad news for KZ. I think
check for Home Depot,
Walmart, or something.
He's a A1 mulch mover. He carries 60-pound bags of mulch like no one ever seen. So check to see if it's a Home Depot.
He can reach that 2x4 on that top shelf.
No problem. Man. That 12x8x10 wood ply. Hey, KZ got you, bro. Like it ain't nothing for my mans.
Shit.
For sure. Let's move this along because we got some trades around the league that we saw. And it was a couple of interesting ones. I have 4 of them in particular that I want to discuss. So I'll kind of break up which ones we talk about between the group, just so we can kind of move it along. We got the Blazers and the Clippers from February 4th. The Blazers got Eric Bledsoe, Justice Winslow, Keon Johnson, and a 2025 second-round pick from Detroit, I guess via Detroit. And the Clippers got Norman Powell and Robert Covington. So I'm going to throw this to you first. How did you like that trade? And I want to know, like, how does this trade impact Miami? How does it impact the Heat?
My bad. We were talking about the Blazers, the Blazers trade, and what?
Yeah, the Blazers and Clippers.
Honestly, man, for one, I love this for the Blazers mainly because it's time for Dame to run from that grind. They put nothing but the grind on the damn roster. There's so much ass over there, look like Tootsies. It's crazy. Shout out to them boys. Dame is loading, y'all boys. Hey, this is the moment we've been waiting for as Heat fans. So that's a great move for the Heat. And the other one was who else? What other team did you just mention?
The
Clippers.
Blazers. The Clippers and the Blazers.
The Clippers. Yeah, the Clippers also. The Clippers putting their chips in the basket, man. The Clippers. I don't know if they feel like they got something. I don't know if they know something about Kawhi. I don't know what the vibe is like over there, but they think they cooking. I think it's very fraudulent. I don't really like the move. I like the move because they fleece, but we'll see what they end up doing.
Twan, I'll let you jump in on that trade too. Blazers Clippers, what you like about it?
Hey man, Portland is just the Kings with a supermax on the Bucks. That's all they are, bro. That organization stinks. Shout out to the Clippers though. Norman Powell is hooping in his debut. That's going to look good for them down the line. They putting a little piece together. They getting ready to win. I don't even know if Kawhi's coming back this year. I don't even know if PJ's coming. Paul George is coming back this year. So like they're putting some pieces together for the future. But as far as the Blazers, like my boy said, it's a whole lot of cheeks over there. So hopefully they figure it out. Even the trade they made today stunk. So I mean, y'all can get to that. My God, I'm tired of talking about the Blazers. They're awful.
So let's kind of get to the Blazers trade that he's talking about. And Simba and Ariel, I'm gonna let you two answer about this one. So he's talking about the Pelicans getting CJ McCollum, Larry Nance, and Tony Snell, and the Blazers getting Josh Hart, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Thomas Satoransky, Didi Lasagna, whatever the fuck that boy last name is, the 2022 first round pick, which is protected. 2026. It's 2 second-round picks in the first. Goddamn, you don't need to know which ones it is, but mainly CJ McCollum to the Pelicans for Josh Hart and a bunch of nothing. Simba, how did you like that trade, and how does it impact Miami?
How does it impact Miami? I mean, for me, I don't give a fucking shit about any of the West Coast teams. Like, I'm gonna be honest, But like. What did I feel about that trade? Again, I don't give a fucking shit about other teams. But in reality, like, I guess it was whatever. Like, to me, I don't know what the Blazers are doing. I still don't know what the Pelicans are doing. Like, my biggest thing is, like, is Zion going to lose weight yet? Like, do we know? That's my biggest thing. Like, so I don't even know. Does it matter what they trade for? Is CJ going to put Zion on like a regimen that we don't know about? Like, so that's how I feel about that. And if you want real analysis, I'm sure Ariel's got something.
Oh, for sure, because we play the ass tomorrow. So, I mean, it does affect Miami that way. Ariel, what did you think about that Pelicans-Blazers trade?
So, I mean, in the immediate term, the obvious answer is they play them tomorrow, like you said. So, for sure, they're going to have CJ. They've got a little bit more juice in the backcourt. But in terms of, I guess the way that you kind of want to steer this a little bit is how does it impact the Heat in terms of, what they can do on the market between now and Thursday at 3 p.m. And I guess, I don't know, I kind of feel like the Blazers have kind of set the market a little bit. It's usually like the earlier trades in trade season that set the price, set the market in terms of like what player X goes for. So you saw the Blazers move to, legit rotation contributors right now for a poo-poo platter of nothing. And then they got like a poo-poo platter of nothing plus, I don't know, like a side of dumplings or something for CJ McCollum. So, I mean, like, I don't know. It seems like, again, if we're trying to relate this back to the Heat, that, if the price of a Norman Powell plus a Robert Covington is a whole bunch of nothing, then what does a Duncan Robinson and a first-round pick get you? If there is an upgrade out there to be had for this team, then, I mean, like, the Heat can absolutely upgrade the roster. It just kind of depends on the name. If you feel like the guy's there and he makes your team better, like the Heat have a tradable package right now to get in the game and kind of push themselves ahead a little bit more if Brooklyn and Philly consummate the deal that, we've been hearing about, that, I kind of feel like there's probably a decent chance that happens, then I don't want to say that I feel like the Sixers getting James Harden or the Nets getting Ben Simmons plus makes them better than the Heat, but your two main competitors along with Milwaukee just got substantially better. And so to stand pat at the deadline, I think is a little bit, it's probably not ideal. If there's something out there that you can do that upgrades the rotation in any way, whether or not that player closes, like I really hate that argument because Duncan Robinson doesn't close anyways. So really you're just looking to upgrade the rotation in any way that you can. You can still go into the offseason, use player X that you just acquired for the package that I mentioned, plus whatever it is that you want to still make whatever move you think they can make in the offseason. So it doesn't impact them negatively in that respect either. So I think the way that it, kind of affected the Heat is that it set the market in terms of the price for rotation contributor level players right now.
Yeah, so one thing my guy Voodoo Visions for the $4.99 don't know. He said, am I the only one that thinks PJ Washington should be only worth picks and or player swap? I don't think based on how the market looks, he's worth more. Adam?
Yeah, I don't think the Heat are getting PJ Washington. I don't think they're going to get Nick Batum either. PJ Washington wouldn't work since they traded KZ Okpala anyways, unless you're giving up Max Strus or Gabe Vincent. It's a lot of salary cap, mumbo jumbo. Basically, Yurt 7 is not going to get it done for a guy like PJ Washington. You're going to need more than that, and you're going to need more than Markieff. So unless you're okay with them giving up Max Strus or Gabe Vincent in a return of PJ Washington, which I don't think Charlotte would even want because Charlotte is pretty guard heavy, and I think they're fine with the offense. I think they're number 1 in the league in offense right now, so they're fine with shooting, and Max Strus pretty much only provides shooting at the moment. And Gabe Vincent is a great player for the Heat. I don't know if you want to give that up. So PJ Washington to me is very, very, very unlikely simply because your 7 doesn't make enough money to make the salaries work. If the Heat are going to make a move, it's going to be one of the bigger moves, including Duncan Robinson. There's not enough for your 7 Markieff Morris plus a first rounder. There isn't a player out there that impacts the Heat and makes a very low salary. So if they're making a move, it's including Duncan Robinson and a first. And just to keep going here, the Heat should use the 2022 first rounder to make a move, not the 2023 first. The reason being because on July 1st, the NBA league year resets. So if you trade the 2022 first for a guy that impacts the roster right now, you can still trade 2023, 2027, 2028, whatever it is in the future this summer to make another upgrade to the roster. So you can trade 2022 and 2023, but the timing has to make sense. I don't think that the KZ Okpala move was a precursor to a move, a bigger move, but the option is there for them to take. And I would watch the 22 first rounder to be on the move if they decide to go that route.
It's an atom bomb!
I think Ramlakan was just waiting to play that video. He delivered no news, just explained the situation to everybody.
And PJ Washington is very unlikely to me.
Yeah, thank you, Darius Jordan, for the $2 dono. He said he need to get rid of some of these guards. I don't think so. I think the guards are the best players on the team. So, Adam, while your lips are already lathered, we're going to go ahead and just throw it back to you with this Cavs and Pacers trade.
That was crazy.
Hey, listen, bro. He was already talking, bro. He was in a groove. People come here to see him. Might as well throw on the ball one more time.
How often do you say that?
I promise this is a turning point of this show. I promise. We're gonna look back on this.
You said how many times do I say the word lathered?
No, how often do you tell some other man this is why your lips are lathered?
I don't know. That's probably the first time I've ever said that.
I mean, his lips are very lathered.
Hey, man. It's cool. Some people get it. It's all good.
Yeah, I mean, whatever he's into, I'm with it, bro. I'm not here to judge. But the Pacers,
it's whatever you're into. You're the one who said it.
Hey, bro, we talked off air, bro. You told me about your lathery lips before we got on here. Thank you, the Cavs.
Hey-o.
So the Cavs and the Pacers made a trade. The Cavs got Karis LeVert and the 2022 second-round pick that was originally Miami's. And the Pacers got Ricky Rubio, 2022 first, a first and 2 second-round picks. Adam, fuck you, Welch. Thank you to my guy Alpha Sydney for the $4.99 dono. He said, "I don't have a question. I just don't want Roy to ever talk about Adam's lips being lathered."
Give him his money back. I want him to talk about it again.
No, we don't do refunds out here, bitch. Like, we have a no refund policy. Once you give me that money, it belongs to Mag. You hear me? No, but yeah. So Adam, I want you to talk about that Cavs Pacers trade.
Wow, that was a really good move, I think, for both teams. Indiana's really good at retooling the roster. I thought you were going to ask me to talk about the other move that Indiana made, the even better one. But the Cavs, they're a formidable team. Karis LeVert's not a joke. He's a good player, but I don't think that the Cavs are good enough to contend this year, and I don't think they will be for the next year or two. So really good move on the Pacers to get a pick in return. But to me, this is more about Tyrese Halliburton going to the Pacers than anything else. The Karis LeVert move was a precursor to that move. And the Cavs, they're set up nicely. They're set up nicely as a tough first-round exit.
Yeah. Alf, you see this hoodie, bro? I'll go find that boy on Los Olas so quick and shake him up about my dollars. don't even worry about it, big dog. We gonna get us on this show now. We gonna eat. Kendall, you go ahead and you talk about that Cavs Pacers. The reason I didn't throw you the other one because I'm gonna let everybody jump in on that one because that was probably the bigger move of the day. That kind of like the most surprising one. The last trade that we're gonna talk about. But Kendall, I want you to talk about that Cavs Pacers move with them getting Karis LeVert and giving up Ricky Rubio.
Yeah, I mean, I like it for the Cavs. I mean, they're in a place where they're competitive for the first time without LeBron James on their roster. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like to show the fans and keep them engaged, you know what I'm saying? To show that you're actually trying to build something. It's like, you might as well make a move like that because Ricky Rubio wasn't giving you nothing because his ACL falling off the bone or whatever it is that he tore. So it's like, you know, it's nice. And then you got Jared Allen. Them two boys got chemistry together. So that's Ariel Latias, man. Like Latias, my bad.
Yeah,
that's not Rue McDaniels over there. But yeah, good trade for the Cavs. Good trade for the Cavs. And you know, the Pacers at first it was like, you know, what the hell? And then they followed it up and it was like, oh, okay, I get it. Now it makes sense.
Yeah, so this was the best trade. This last trade that we're going to discuss, I'm going to let everybody get in because it's probably the most impactful trade, I guess, in terms of both of them. So I'm going to throw it to you first because I know you don't give a shit about it one way or the other. The Pacers got Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hield, and Tristan Thompson from the Sacramento Kings for, damn, I'm missing it, Domantas Sabonis, Justin Holiday, Jeremy Lamb, and a second-round pick. Give me your thoughts on that trade.
I think that was obviously the biggest move of the day, obviously, because of the two, like, so for a couple people, Domantas Sabonis, Tyrese Halliburton, and Halliburton and Buddy Hield, Tristan Thompson just getting, I feel bad for him, you know, like he's getting tossed around worse than when he was on the Kardashian show. So like that shit's really bad right now.
That boy good, trust me, he getting bought out. He good, trust me. That boy living right now.
Yeah, boy getting paid not to play basketball.
I think it was an interesting move. Like you said, I don't really care too much. It sucks in the sense that we have to face Buddy Hield and, you know, Tyrese, but other than that, like it didn't really bother me too much.
Twan,
bro, I was in a King Spaces. Was that whenever the trade happened, and they were talking about, they were trying to like rationalize like Domantas Sabonis. Like I get he's good and, you know, he's only 25 and all this other stuff. Tyrese Halliburton is 21 years old, bro. He is a kid and he's very good. Like I just don't understand like giving up on that. Like I get if you really wanted Sabonis, okay, but like why Tyrese Halliburton? He's so good and he's so young to the point where it's like, let that guy be the guy you build around and develop and let him figure it out. Let him be your lead guy to get this terrible Kings organization out the doldrums. He actually wanted to be there. I feel bad for him. Like Simba said, like the man was talking about, oh, I want to be here, I want to build, and they were just like, no, we're going to get you out of here. So, I mean, the Kings are going to Kings. They're going to do dumb things. Good for them. They got Domantas Sabonis. That it probably is going to be good with him and De'Aaron Fox, but I don't want to see like Tyrese Halliburton go through that type of stuff so young in his career when it wasn't not even warranted.
Yeah, so he brought up a good point.
Hey, Roy, can I ask Tone, how many was it over under 17.5 people in that King Spaces?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, it was like 40. It was like 40 something.
All right.
Okay. But no, I wanted to ask you, Threat, like, so Twan was talking about De'Aaron Fox, and essentially this looked like somebody made the choice with choosing Halliburton over De'Aaron Fox. So did Indiana choose Halliburton over De'Aaron Fox?
I can be bought.
Or did goddamn you threw me off? Or did Sacramento choose De'Aaron Fox over Halliburton?
I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. It's probably the latter. I'm a De'Aaron Fox guy, dog. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I just like De'Aaron Fox's game. I like him a lot, man. I know a lot of people were very high on him last year and the years before, and not so high on him this year. But I do like De'Aaron Fox a lot. So honestly, it was probably the Pacers picking Halliburton over Fox. But I just like the thought of Fox over Tyrese. Though I'm gonna just keep it a bean. That's just my opinion. It's probably the wrong one. That's just my style of player, though.
It is what it is.
And by the way, I wasn't sleeping, y'all, man. I was looking at the phone, watching some Kardashian clips because I don't give a fuck about them fucking Sacramento Kings at all. They're a fucking mess.
Yeah, thank you, Voodoo Visions, for the $4.99 dono. He said that trade was like switching a PS4 for a PS5. Why would you take that expiring contract? People have reasons. So yeah, Ariel, we talk about Halliburton versus De'Aaron Fox. Essentially, one of these teams chose one another. So either the Pacers chose Halliburton and didn't want Fox, or Sacramento chose Fox and didn't want Halliburton. Which one do you believe it was?
Neither. I think they chose Davion Mitchell, frankly. I still don't think that this precludes them from moving De'Aaron Fox down the road at some point here. If it's not in the next day, they could easily do it in the offseason. I think Davion Mitchell was the pick there. I think they made the wrong pick. I would have probably stuck with Tyrese. De'Aaron Fox is definitely the best player out of that grouping right now. But I like Tyrese Halliburton a lot. I don't know what the hell the Kings are doing, man. Like, I don't know why you move your best young trade chip, your best young player in a deal that, frankly, I mean, I think they're like 10th in the West or 11th or somewhere in that range. I don't really think they jumped anybody. Like, they might have jumped like San Antonio if San Antonio's ahead of them. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't looked at the Western Conference standings in a while. But my point is it really doesn't move the needle for them. And so, I get it. Like, if you're the Sacramento Kings, small market, historically not a very successful team in terms of playoff wins. So, like, you kind of, you're not going to get a player that's better than Domantas Sabonis in free agency. But frankly, I think, teams in that spot have shown time and time again that the best way to kind of grow that unit and kind of be successful is to do it organically, do it through the draft, make smart moves. I don't think this was a smart move. I like Domantas Sabonis, but I mean, he's such a terrible defender and he's not as good an offensive player as I think that everyone kind of thinks that he is. He's limited in what he can do, and pairing him with De'Aaron Fox, two guys who aren't particularly good shooters, I think mucks things up a little bit for them. It doesn't really, it makes them a little bit better, but it doesn't move them any closer to playoff contention, in my opinion. So it just feels like a short-sighted, nearsighted type of panic move. I feel like you probably could have got that deal done without putting Tyrese Halliburton in the trade and maybe including more draft capital. So it just feels like a really bad move. If I'm Pat Riley, if I'm Andy Ellsberg, I'm calling them up right now about Harrison Barnes. I know what they said. I know that they said they don't want to move Harrison Barnes. I don't buy it for a second. Call them up, see if you can fleece them again, because they don't know what the hell they're doing.
For sure. So we want to thank the Unidentified Celebrity Review. Consistency is key. This man is across all shows, all platforms out here, giving us these $5. We appreciate it. He said, just tuned in. Tell me we got that milk crate full of random electronics for Duncan Robinson. Bum City. Listen, bro. He's still on the roster for now. All right, Kendall. You get to jump in on this last trade. Halliburton for Sabonis.
Yeah, I wouldn't have given them Tyrese Halliburton. I rock with him because personally that boy won me a parlay way back in 2020, January of 2020. That boy won me a parlay. So I got love for that boy and I'm a fan of his. I guess Fox and Sabonis, like the fit, it works, you know what I'm saying, on paper, but I don't think this is gonna get them closer to no playoff contention. Maybe they might get in the play-in if they get hot. I don't know. At this point with the Kings, I don't even know who fucking coaching them. I don't know if it's Luke Walton or Alvin Gentry. So Black Lives Matter, Alphonse Sidney. Yeah, so it's whatever. I think I like it more for the Pacers than I do for for the Pacers than I do for the Kings, just because they shitty as hell. I got more trust in the guy in Drew Carey, who calling plays and coaching over there. I forgot his name for a second, but I know who he looked like. But yeah, I'm rocking with it for the Pacers because I think they know how to flip like good NBA players, and they got a good coach. So it's like I like it more for them than I do for Sacramento. And
yeah, I think I'm excited
about the rock. So
yeah, I think I'm excited about the Halliburton, Chris Duarte minutes. Like I want to see what that looks like because that dude is a really good player too. Thank you, Arbra, for the 199. Don't know. He said, "Would you trade for Buddy since Indiana willing to move?" Let's go rapid fire around the corner. Yes or no only. Kendall.
Buddy is not the
yes
friend
or
we
no
want.
only. Yes,
that's not the friend we want, but that's the buddy we need.
You had to get that one
Absolutely.
Simba.
Yes.
Twan.
Yes.
Threat.
I'll pack that boy's bag for him like Jeffrey.
Yo, boys, hard-headed as shit. Ariel Latiz.
Don't think it's a position of need, but if there's a trade, yes, absolutely.
Adam.
Yes, Ariel, stop adding words. Just say yes.
Don't just
Everyone else did it, man.
Look at Adam. He was scared to talk to the other two people who did it. I wonder why.
Ariel wants to be one of us.
Okay, so while we're doing this game, let's do a little bit of rapid fire. But boy, Twan brought this up when we was in the chat, and so I decided to put it into the show because I think it's gonna be pretty dope. We're gonna do percentage chances that the player that I named will be on the Miami Heat after Thursday. So I'm gonna name a player. You give me a percent. Like if he gonna be here, he 100% gonna be here. If he gone, it's a 0. Everybody understand the rules? Yep. Everybody in the comments, y'all play too. So the first name on the list. Udonis has them. Everybody's going to get a chance to answer. Adam, we're going to start with you on UD.
Yeah, 100%.
Kendall?
Stop adding words.
100.
Simba? You're going to run out of paper. PJ?
100% because nobody wants them.
Let's wrap this one up. Come on.
Threat?
100.
Ariel?
100%.
Yeah, these first couple are gonna go by pretty quick. I designed it like this on purpose. Bam Adebayo, Adam.
100.
Just take yourself off of mute so you don't have to keep doing it. Kendall.
100.
Simba.
100.
Twan.
100.
Threat.
99.9.
Ariel.
Will Chamberlain.
Look at you. That's a fake game. It never happened. Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler. Adam Barat.
100.
Kendall.
100.
What a
Simba.
waste of time.
100.
It is. So we're gonna do this. We'll wrap it up like this. So Udonis, Bam, Jimmy, Kyle, Tyler.
No,
PJ.
don't you just no.
Okay.
Don't you dare.
Okay, so
No.
we're gonna stop at the top 4. So Udonis, Bam, Jimmy, Kyle. Everybody agree that's all hundreds across the board, right?
Yes,
They'll all be here.
Yes, sir.
Name number 5 is Tyler Hero. This is where y'all can start playing in the comments. Adam Barat, what percentage chance do you give Tyler Hero to be here after the trade deadline?
Let me go last.
Sure.
90%.
Okay. 90%? That's crazy. Kendall?
86.7352.
I like that. Simba?
I'll say 85%. Yeah.
85. Twan?
92.
Okay. Threat?
93.
Oh, the gas, obviously. Ariel Latiz?
93.1%.
I'm gonna go 75% because that was the percent chance that Ethan told us that he would be traded before the season started. So the next name on the list is Anthony Leon Tucker Jr. Kendall, we're gonna start so Adam can go last, and you can kind of like blow everybody's mind when we get to a certain name or whatever.
84.63.
I like them. I like these. I like you going over 1 decimal. That's above and beyond. Simba,
90%.
TJ,
98.
Threat,
95.
Ariel,
98.1%.
You a
Adam
hater.
Barra.
90.
Yeah, this motherfucker treating it like it's goddamn what is it called? The Price is Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 100% on PJ because I don't think that boy getting moved at all. I think he's cemented himself, but he can be moved now for the right name. So I'll come back down 99. Let's do that. Dwayne Dedman, Kendall,
100.
Simba,
100.
Twan,
100.
Threat,
100.
Ariel,
100.1.
Adam,
Who was the player?
Dwayne Dedman.
95.
Okay. Victor Oladipo is the next player. Kendall,
10. Because we won't even see him again.
Silver,
99%.
TJ,
100.
Threat,
100.
Ariel,
100.1. He's not going anywhere.
Adam Barra.
Yeah, 97.
3%. That's weird. But I'm gonna say 100 because he hasn't played. It might not be as hard to throw him in a deal as some people may think. Caleb Martin. Is he gonna get this contract? Like we opened up 2 spots. Is one of them?
Yeah, he's getting the converted, and all of us are gonna say 100%.
Yeah. Everybody say 100%. Great.
100%.
Max, so now we're gonna get into some controversial names. Max Strus, Kendall.
73.
Okay, Simba,
85.
Twan,
70.
Threat,
I'm gonna go 60, dog. 60%.
Ariel.
88%.
Okay, Adam.
85.
85%. I was more in line with that. I was like 80% that they put that boy in something to get him out of here. Gabe Vincent. Kendall.
I have to say 81%.
81%. Simba.
So precise.
I'm say 90%.
Right. Simba doing it in 10 increments.
I'm trying to make everybody think.
That's what I'm saying. Where's that 7% going, Kendall? Today.
80.
80. Okay. Yeah. All y'all commenting this, make sure y'all leave a like for us too on this video. If y'all like playing our game, make sure y'all leave us a like and subscribe to the 5 Reasons Sports Network. Threat.
I was just about to say that 69, dog. I was literally just about to say that. 69%.
Why? Because we're gonna get fucked out of that boy one of these days. Ariel Latiz.
He's too valuable on the contract. 90%.
Okay. Adam Barra.
90%.
Yeah, I'm with them. I think the Heat don't find. I think 95. The Heat don't give him up for nothing in the world. Last 2 names. Name number 1, Omer Yurtseven. Kendall.
The percentage that Omar will be here, I will say 30%.
Gad, we were supposed to see you anyway because you were supposed to be on the damn show. Simba.
I'll say 70.
TJ.
12.
15%, man.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, these percentages are he's going to be or he's not going to be on the roster?
He's not going to be. He's not going to be on the roster.
Oh, he's not going to be.
Yeah, Ariel.
35%.
Oh, he's not going to be? Oh, yeah, I was confused.
You guys are stupid. He is or isn't going to be?
Yeah, I don't know why we flipped this.
Why did we flip it? Yeah,
because that's the way Twan posed the question, so I wanted to stay true to
35%. 35%. He won't be on the roster.
Okay, Adam Barra.
15%.
Wait, we just flipped it. Yeah, I'm confused now.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Okay.
So 15% mean that he will not be here. It's not likely that he's here after the trade deadline. The higher the number, the higher the number, the more likely they are to be here.
Okay, yeah, then 12%. Get him out of here. Pack that boy up.
I was right. Okay.
Okay. So this last name on the list, I'm not going to limit you to a number. I'm going you to explain your number to me. He has been the subject of this conversation all year long, and so let's get to it. What percent chance do y'all give the boy Duncan Robinson to be on this roster beyond the trade deadline? I'm going to mix up the order too because it's been a bit monotonous. Simba, I'm going to let you start us off as the one responsible adult here. What percent do you give Duncan Robinson to be here after the trade deadline?
60%.
60%. Why?
I don't feel like the Heat are as desperate as they probably would have been 3 months ago, or 2 months ago, I would say.
Okay. That's it. Okay. All right. I thought you were going to say something. Let's go with, we're going to make threat.
Put me in, coach. I'm going to say 0.40%, 40 acres and a mule. Black History Month, shout out to us. You know what I'm saying? Duncan Robinson ass is getting packed. You know what I'm saying? He's getting sent.
Yeah, that should have been 100%. Huh? Yeah, that should have been 100% then.
Oh, he's staying? Like,
no, 100% he gone.
Oh, 100% he's gone. 140% because I still got to stay my 40 acres and a mule line for Black History Month. Pack his ass up. He is one of the worst school shooters I've ever seen. I just don't know at this point why he's still on the roster. We should have been packed his ass up. I was the first one on that line. Me and Kendall, shout out to us. And yeah, the rest of y'all follow suit. So yeah, pack him. Thank you.
You're welcome. TJ.
I've been waiting for this day for a very long time. As soon as I presented the idea, I knew what I was going to go with. He was the first percentage that I came up with. I've been waiting for this. There is absolutely no way that Duncan Robinson is on this roster. And if we do see Duncan Robinson again, the only reason that we see this man is because he is playing in a Heat home game for the other team. Pack that man up. There's no way he will be here. It may not be Wong Dong, but it ain't going to be Miami. Get him out of here.
Yes, indeed. Pack his ass up. Ari Latias.
He's probably going to still be here, guys. Like, I'm just gonna. I hate to burst your bubble. Listen, man. They're not. Listen, man. I love the narrative. This is all fun, but in reality, they need him, and it doesn't make sense to move him if it doesn't definitely make the roster better right now. So unless that deal is on the table, he's not going anywhere. They're competing for a championship. They're not going to move Duncan Robinson just for the sake of moving him because he's been underperforming what we expected and what we wanted him to be this year. He shot better over the last couple of months. Since Bam's been back in the starting lineup. Sorry, Michelle. It's just what it is, guys. He's probably not going to be moved unless something really, something crazy pops up. So I would say it's an 80% chance, an 85% chance that he's still here after tomorrow at 3 p.m.
We don't give a fuck about what you just said.
Yeah,
Kendall!
Yeah,
This man don't know what he's talking about. No, you go last, Barai, because you're going to come here telling everybody. Let him. Adam Barai.
I'm gonna go with 20%.
Ooh, eyeball emoji.
So our boy Kendall reported today that the Heat recently had conversations with Jeremy Grant with Detroit, and that's true. The Heat were in talks with Jeremy Grant and Detroit, and Duncan Robinson.
That boy got sources.
Did you voice that?
No,
makes so much sense now.
That was Simba.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah.
Right.
So they're gonna try to go for Jeremy Grant, a Marcus Morris. They've been trying to get a Marcus Morris. Think of those guys. And I'm willing to bet that they're going to try to get Harrison Barnes tomorrow. So if the cost is Duncan Robinson and a first for Jeremy Grant, they have to do it, right? Right?
Yeah, no, they have to.
No,
I mean,
that's
absolutely.
the move.
The thing with Jeremy Grant, though, that makes me a little bit nervous is like we've heard how he wants to be the guy on whatever team, and like I mean, at some point, self-awareness
that's
has
true.
to. Yeah, I just feel like
that's overblown.
Yeah, at some point, I mean, if that is the case, self-awareness has to kind of rule the day here because he's not that dude. You could see him in a role like he had in Denver, and I think on this team he'd be really good in that type of role. I mean, the length and just the kind of shot creation below the 3-point line that he gives you, I think it's valuable. I think he's a good player, and it doesn't preclude you from making a similar type move in the offseason using him, the 23 pick, Tyler Hero, whatever it is, if something better is on the table. But I agree with you. If there's an upgrade like that to be had, then I make that move.
Again, I'm saying it's a 15% chance that Duncan gets moved. I still think that Duncan is still on this team. I think he's going to get saved and be moved this summer for a much bigger package. But if you're going to move him now, it should be for a Jeremy Grant type. And it wouldn't be just Duncan. It would be Duncan, Markieff. Markieff is another guy who's going to be expiring, who I don't know if is going to ever play for the Heat again, who if you're going to make a move, Markieff is going to be in that package. So if you're looking at Jeremy Grant, it's going to be Markieff, your 7, Duncan, and a first. I think for that Detroit says yes. I would say. Yeah, so, I've said it before and I will say it again. You would be shocked. You'll be shocked to see how little some of these guys have gone and will go tomorrow and the days past. Norman Powell, if we knew that he was available, you would trade Duncan Robinson for Norman Powell. Obviously, they got a different package. We don't know if Duncan was even offered. But Norman Powell is a good player, right? You could have gotten a guy like that, and I would have been happy with a Norman Powell for Duncan Robinson sort of switch. So the Heat, they're in a good spot. Like I said, they're going to be call takers, not call makers, and they're in a good spot.
Yeah.
It's an atom bomb!
We need to dead that for the rest of the show.
I'm starting to think it's Simba doing it at this point. Like he's just doing it to fuck with me because I'm about to talk. Thank you to Unidentified Celebrity Review for the $5 dodo. He said, listen, I know I call this bum a bum all the time, but even I know he's not going anywhere. Bum. Listen, bro. I can't. I can't go there with you. Kendall, we've had you waiting long enough, my man. Feel free.
Now, everyone knows that my agenda is to pack that school shooter the fuck up and send him to the Guangdong Tigers. And if you believe there's a will, then there's a motherfucking way. In my mind, in my brand, for my brand's stock, Duncan Robinson will not be on this team. You know why? Because he is double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon like he's shaking ass at KOD. That boy too ass on the defensive end. That boy's shot is hot and cold like an icy hot ad from Shaquille O'Neal. He will not be in a Miami Heat uniform if it's on me. And unfortunately, it ain't. But if you say your prayers right, we gonna pack that boy up, and it's 100% chance that he will not be on this roster by 4:30 tomorrow. And if he ain't, y'all gonna feel me on your timelines. So look at the name right there. Go on, press the follow of all these good folks on this panel right here, and we gonna get it popping for you. Duncan Robinson, packed up, shipped out, passports to never return. We shipping them to the fucking. He ain't coming back to the Pride Lands. He going to the Elephant Graveyard. If you know what I'm saying.
10.
That's where I'm at.
For sure. Thank you, Jason Adebole, for the $199 dono. He said, wait, Area, you wouldn't do Powell for Duncan?
Absolutely not. No. I like Norman Powell. No, I wouldn't do that. I don't think it's a position of need really for the Heat. I think they have a lot at the guard spot. I think if you're moving Duncan, it's for an upgrade or just a little bit more juice in the front court and some half-court shot creation from that spot. I wouldn't do it.
You would say yes to Buddy Hield, but not Norman Powell?
I like Buddy Hield a little bit more for them.
But okay.
But even then, like I don't think it's a position of need. Like I'm not calling the Kings trying to put Duncan Robinson. Not the Kings.
The point is, he's a scorer.
They don't have trouble scoring, really, though. Not at that position. Not at that spot. At that spot. No, they're 7th in the league in offense. They don't.
No.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Hey, Ramadan, please get the
I'm already there, Kendall.
Get out of here with them fucking stats.
Ariel, bro.
Being loud doesn't make you right.
You wrong,
bro. I'm always right because it's black and it's February.
You wrong. Get out of here. Trash. No, but I did kind of want to call back Sean's comment because I thought it was interesting. I'm sorry that I made that much noise. My wife came downstairs with the death stare. My bad. But I did want to bring back up Sean's comment because he wanted us to rank the Harrison Barnes, Jeremy Grant. I forgot the third name that quick. It's escaping me. Do y'all remember the third name?
Morris. Harrison Barnes, Jeremy Grant, Marcus Morris. Yeah.
Marcus Morris. If we had to do that for Duncan in the first, rank those packages for me 1, 2, 3. Ariel?
11. They're 11th. Oh, what was the question? Sorry.
Oh my God. Rank those packages 1, 2, 3. If you had to give up Duncan in the first, rank those guys 1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Harrison Barnes 1. Marcus Morris 2, Jeremy Grant 3.
Grant.
No.
Okay.
I prefer I'll preface it by saying this. I prefer Marcus Morris this season. I prefer Jeremy Grant going forward.
That's not a thing.
What?
You can't stand with Ariel and then put up a fist sign, bro. Like,
yeah, I can't even.
You gotta put some maple syrup on your sign. But no,
not this month.
No, not right now. Not this show. So you said Harrison Barnes, Marcus Morris.
Yeah.
Okay. Adam, you disagreed. You had Jeremy Grant too.
Yeah, Jeremy Grant's 27 years old. I mean, it's that simple. I don't even have to look at stats. Marcus Morris is 32 years old. They play the same position. Jeremy Grant's longer. He's a better defensive player. Sure, the scoring isn't the same. The three-point shot is not as good as Marcus Morris. But if you remember how Jeremy Grant, as the third, fourth option, did for that Denver Nuggets team, he was phenomenal. And he was a great spot-up shooter. He did everything that they needed.
Yeah, so
you good?
Threat. Yeah, I'm not gonna let them do that. Whatever. Threat. Rank those 3.
Jeremy Grant, second, Harrison Barnes, and Morris. I don't even think it's debatable. I think that's the order off rip.
Okay, so we want to thank Ari Simon for the $5 dono. He said Morris would be best for now. Help back up PJ for the playoff run. We'll need that big body. Are you saying that solely because we have his twin brother on the roster and you think that's what he was doing? Like, just curious. TJ, rank those packages for me. Or you can tell me whether or not you agree with Ariel or Adam, because I mean, like,
I probably lean Adam. I watched Harrison Barnes yesterday. That boy got some shape to him. I was like, ooh, I need that. But yeah, I probably go. I kind of want Marcus, just because he can play the 5 a little bit if you want to go really small and get cute. But nah, Jeremy Grant, he's younger and the talent's there. You kind of just figure it out. Even if he wants to be a number 1 guy, like everybody's like, he's coming off the bench. He's not going. I don't care about starting and close. Like somebody said in the comments, is he going to start at the 5? Like, no. I think everything's going to stay the exact same. He's going to come off the bench, like exactly. But yeah, probably Harrison Barnes, Grant, and then Morris.
There's a dude named Rodolfo talking like he know more basketball.
No, you are not getting your fucking money. You're not getting your fucking money back.
He's not wrong.
As a matter of fact,
Rodolfo, dog.
I'm not commenting on the name, but he's not wrong.
His name Rodolfo. He know more ball than me.
Yeah. So Simba, how would you rank those 3 guys?
I agree with Adam. I like Grant better than Morris. You know, I like the younger guy. I think he's got a little bit more talent.
Kendall,
great analysis.
Yeah, I'm going with Grant. as my number one, and the rest don't really matter because it is what it is. I'm taking Grant first just because of his youth and because I'm saying I just believe in flipping. You know what I'm saying? Flip till you get greatness. You know what I'm saying? So I think he will fit a package to flip for some greatness.
How many times you gonna use the word flip?
Hey, bro. If you play fantasy football with me, I'm a quick flipper and I love to flip. So this ain't no different. It's avenues because, like the great Pat Riley said, there are obstacles, but there are no obstacles.
Oh, for sure. I think I'm with most of the panel. I'm putting Harrison Barnes 1, Jeremy Grant 2, and I'm putting Morris 3rd. I understand both sides of it, but the younger argument is the one that I'm gonna go with, the rangier type of guy. I like that type of size next to Bam, lengthy people. So I've been saying some weird shit tonight. It's mad crazy. What is this, Adam?
This is a quote from Pat Riley from earlier this year about the luxury tax and whether or not the Heat should pay it. The point is, if you're reading this, it basically says that if they believe that they are a contender, they will pay the luxury tax. So if the Heat believe that they are a contender, and they will show you and make a move to go into the luxury tax, and a move would be Jeremy Grant. So we're going to find out over the next 24 hours if the Heat actually believe that they're contenders. According to Pat Riley earlier this year, they should not be scared to go into the tax, and we're going to find out real soon.
I like that.
I was just about to say, I love that.
Let me take that off of that. One thing, prop by Pack TV for the $199. Don't know. He said requesting Alf to crash the party. LOL. I sent that boy the link. Alpha Sydney put in the comment Barnes, Grant, Duncan, Morris. Anything else that we wanted to get to? Kind of want to vamp for a couple of minutes to give him a chance. Adam, bro, anything that you? Okay, my bad. I'm gonna read my text because somebody told me to.
No, you're good. You're good.
Was that what you were talking about?
You're good. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, anything else? Anybody else wanted to hit on any trades? Anything about trade talk? Before we get to tomorrow, any last second predictions? Let's do that. Let's go around the horn. It could be about the Heat. It could be otherwise. But give me one trade prediction that you expect to see tomorrow or expect not to see tomorrow. So, Kendall, we'll start with you.
I think that Harden-Simmons trade is going to happen. I mean, they've been playing footsies with each other under the table for a while now, for the last 2 days. So I think they're going to go ahead and do it because, I just don't see how you can keep James Harden. That man, he'll fuck around, come out there in a fat suit and have everybody thinking, what the hell is going on? You know what I'm saying? So it's real shaky up there in Brooklyn. So I don't just see the reason to keeping him. So I think that trade is going to happen.
Go ahead, Simba.
James Harden would make sense to me. I kind of think that I honestly thought somebody would want to take Russell Westbrook. So I feel like that's still an option. I don't know why.
They were talking about
in 2016.
No, they was talking about a Russell Westbrook for John Wall trade earlier today, wasn't it?
Yeah, but does that really count at this point?
Well, they having a mid off.
That's depressing.
TJ.
I think, I agree. I think the Harden Ben Simmons trade happens. I think Cam Reddish gets traded from New York, and I think that the Heat end up with one of Morris, Barnes, Grant. I think those are going to be the biggest three things that happen tomorrow. And I think something else crazy that we don't even see somewhere we don't imagine, like LeBron requests a trade or something like that. I think something crazy is going to happen. But yeah,
ladies and gentlemen. Y'all pay y'all money and ask, y'all receive. I want to welcome my OG to the show. My boy Alpha Sydney jumping in with the boy. What up, Kane?
What's going on, y'all?
Hey,
bring some reason to the stream, please.
The leader of the Duncan Hive, the competition, as he likes to call us, when I be going over there crashing this shit. Go ahead and give me your thoughts on the whole show. I see you in here giving us shit the whole day.
I think I watched like the last 30 minutes.
Okay.
Y'all, let me tell y'all one thing. Y'all boys some haters, boy. Golly. Y'all setting race relations back 30, 40 years with all this racial shit. I feel like Duncan this reverse racism is killing me inside.
Hey, that's what I'm saying, bro. You out here too nasty for Duncan Robinson. Like, what's going on?
Listen,
Segregation sound good in theory.
I didn't even hear what he said. What he said?
He said segregation sound good in theory.
Listen, y'all setting back the movement, man. Y'all setting back the movement. Martin Luther King did not die for this shit. You understand this?
My wife told some hate twin. But yeah, man. Just overall, though, real quick, what's your realistic predictions for tomorrow? Do you think anything happens? You think we just stay with what we got and try and rock it out for the rest of the season?
Like Adam said, once you move KZ, a lot of those small deals do not work financially. So it's going to have to be a big deal. Like, listen, I'm a big Duncan fan. I like what he brings to the table. I do appreciate things like space and gravity. Y'all can call me a nerd, whatever you want to call me. I don't care. I do also prescribe to the that boy nice side of things. You know what I'm saying? I like to, I do eye tests and analytics in between. But I do like what Duncan brings to the table. I like the gravity. I like the spacing. I like the movement. You know what I'm saying? I think he does a lot for the half-court offense. That without him, they would be, it would be even worse than it looks right now. But a guy like Harrison Barnes or even Jeremy Grant, I do like those moves. I just don't know if the fact that they have the picks now, I feel like they're in the market. Before, I just never thought they had the draft capital. The fact that they have the draft capital now, they can make those kinds of moves. But I also don't know how willing they are going to be to give away a first round pick for Barnes or for Jeremy Grant. I would do it, but I don't know if they're going to do it. So what I think is going to happen, I think it's going to be a whole lot of nothing. There's going to be a whole lot of sad faces on this show next week. I'll be watching Duncan go 3 for 11, knocking down, around 31%, killing the game. Y'all gonna be mad as hell. I'm gonna be over here dying, kikiing. And I think you're gonna end up with a buyout guy with that 15th roster spot. That's all I see happening.
You will see us on the timeline, OG.
Yes, you will.
Y'all can come at my neck. Listen, if they get rid of Duncan, it's gonna be for a guy I wanted anyway. So
no, you don't get to go back there, Alf. I've got everything saved, bookmarked. I'm coming.
Bro, listen, I have always said I like Harrison Barnes.
I know you have, but you've said some other stuff.
I've got a bookmark. They're not getting rid of Duncan.
I really want Marcus Morris now.
Yes.
Oh, listen. First of all,
that's the one. That's the one I want them to do the most, just to kind of tie a bow on this whole thing that we've been doing the last month.
Marcus Morris, I'm gonna be so fucking hot. I'll be fired. Listen, every fan base that got Marcus Morris hates Marcus Morris.
That's not true.
But y'all boys on here talking about get us Marcus Morris. Y'all gonna hate this man. He out here being a looter in the riot. Everybody in the Clippers fell off. He like Showtime, baby. He out here being a looter in a riot. Y'all getting fooled. Marcus Morris trick y'all.
Alf, I told you.
Duncan Robinson in the first for a backup power forward.
Nah, man. It's the agenda first, the take second. That's all that matters right now.
If a team trades a first round pick for a backup power forward, that is malfeasance. All right. Someone needs to be fired. Like, you cannot trade a first round pick for a twin of the guy who can't even get off the bench.
Okay, but in all seriousness, I don't think he's a backup power forward.
Hold on, I got some donuts that I got to read. We got Miss Ann Arbor with 250 yen, which is the equivalent of like 25 cents in American dollars. He said, "Always love your show from Japan. We appreciate you. Ni hao." That's not even Japanese. Thank you, Jason. For the 199. Don't know. He said, "Man, take that Duncan love to Heat beat." Look, hey, bro. We don't say that name over here. Y'all hear me? when he on here, he is former 5 Reasons Alphonse Sidney. But yeah, we appreciate you, OG. We about to wrap this shit up right quick. So
I'm out, y'all.
I appreciate you for joining in, man. That's my boy, man. I love that man. But yeah,
that man lied on live TV.
He lied to everybody.
Bro, listen, my dog know what he doing. He plays this game very well. Threat, your turn, Brody.
I don't even remember what the original.
How's he supposed to remember?
We went way off the rails, but I just want to give this time to show love to one of the 15 greatest coaches in the NBA of all time. Shout out to my
boy
dog,
Doc Rivers,
Nostra, coach of the year. Shout out to Doc Rivers, also making the list as well, because it's Black History Month, and I don't give a damn what y'all talking about.
That boy. Ariel, I think we're on you. Ariel, what's your realistic prediction for tomorrow? What you think gonna happen?
I think it's very possible, like Adam was alluding to, that there's a move made, right? Like the deal that they made today, while, it kind of makes sense. Like it's possible that they made that deal without necessarily preparing for a trade by tomorrow. It also gives them the option to execute a trade, an impact type trade by tomorrow. Do I think it's more likely that they do than they don't? No, I think it's more likely that the trade deadline, passes and they've got the same roster as they do at this moment right now. But I'm not super confident, so I'll term it at, I'll say 65% to 70%, somewhere in there, that they don't make a move and you've got the same roster after tomorrow.
Okay. Everybody got a chance to go before we let Barack close us out on this conversation? All right, everybody be real quiet in the comments. Y'all turn your volume up.
Stop it.
Bro, come on, bro. Let me gas him for a little minute, bro, before you just go and give out a regular ass opinion. Let me do my job. You just stand there. That's right. Thank you, Simba. Adam, go ahead and tell them what's really about to happen tomorrow.
So you gotta watch the four names that we've been hearing throughout this entire deadline, throughout the last 3-4 weeks. The names are Marcus Morris. We'll repeat it again. Harrison Barnes, Jeremy Grant, and Christian Wood. Those are the four guys you got to watch. They all have the same thing in common. They're 4-5s. They're big men. And I think that the Heat are going to absolutely try to get one of those guys for a cheap price. I think they're making their offers now, and I don't think the Heat are going to change from their offers from tonight. They're not going to add anything. They're going to hold steady, they're going to hold firm, and they're not going to make any changes in regards to their offers. Last year, we saw they made an offer to Victor Oladipo. They didn't change it. And at 3 o'clock, right at the deadline, the Rockets said yes. So I think the Heat are in the process of doing that now. And after all that being said, I think that the team will not be making a move tomorrow. They're going to show up with Victor Oladipo in 2-3 days, and they're going to say that this is our trade deadline acquisition.
Nasty word.
Yeah. Man, listen, bro. Don't worry about it, ladies and gentlemen. If that's what they come out and say, I guarantee you when you come back and watch us next week, we're going to come out and say a whole bunch worse than that. So, thank you guys in the comments, as always, for joining us, making the show much more fun than it would have been without you. Thank you to the cast of characters that joined me today. My man, Adam Baraj, Simba, Canes, TJ, Threat, and Kendall. My boy, Ariel Latias, I forgot your name for a second, for joining us on the panel. And the OG, Alphonse Sidney, for popping his head in for a second.
Christ, who did that to me?
I don't know. We don't care. But shout out to the OG Alpha jumping in with us. We'll see y'all next time. And y'all make sure y'all watch it tomorrow. I don't know what 5 Reasons got going on, but they always putting something on damn YouTube. Play the video, Jonathan.
Bye.
Let the band deal with this.
Jimmy Butler puts the Heat back up by 1. Out of Bio, flipping it up and in. Tyler Hero from way downtown. Fantastic play for the first-time All-Star. Hero for 3. Yes!
This guy.
That's a tough shot.
Last show.
Led the league in blocks last year, 4th this year, and there's nobody blocking that.
Rebound, Adebayo, right